With the holidays here, some of us stress about the unwanted pounds put on during the season.
Q2's Jenny Fick brings us a sneak peek at a new gym opening soon here in Billings that maybe can help you with that.
Body Rock is a 40-minute, full-body, high-intensity, low-impact workout. It's kind of a combination or a fusion of Pilates, classical Pilates, and modern methodologies.
The machine that Body Rock utilizes is called the Reformer.
Toes in the right foot.
It works with a series of springs that can be adjusted through a range of difficulties.
And that's kind of the joy of this workout is there are modifications for any fitness level. We'll kind of work through progressions where we'll get everyone squared away on the basics, and then we'll kind of progress into the 200+ workout or moves that you can do on this particular machine. On the jump board. So she's just getting a feel for the extension here. Draw. It's very slow and controlled, and you're working stabilizer muscles and secondary muscle groups while you're working, a primary muscle group. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds, strength, cardio, and just total body workout.
The workouts involve a combination of high-intensity interval training and timing under tension, which means that the exercise uses your own body to create tension.
You'll be able to challenge your body in kind of a low to no impact way. I think most people will feel like this is something they can do in the long term. It's kind of a lifetime exercise or series of exercises.
Body Rock features a Ketra lighting system
Celebration, which is kind of a bright
that changes as the class goes on, letting participants know which leg of the class they're in.
Really want Billings to know that we're trying to create an environment or a culture where it's a supportive place for people to come and work out, like-minded people who want to feel positive and empowered. Pace slow and easy.
The smaller class size allows for more one-on-one attention from instructors.
Just take that right leg, good. Toe ball heel.
Body Rock will offer class times as early as 5 a.m., on lunch breaks, and all the way into the evening.
And then just the fact that you're getting your entire body in 40 minutes is amazing. That you can walk out of here and feel like I need to take 2 days rest just to recover so that I can come back and do this one more time.
In Billings, Jenny Fick, MTN News.
All right, thanks so much,
You're ready
Jenny.
for the 5 a.m. classes, right?
Yeah. Body Rock is expected to open in mid-December.
Body Rock located at 1335 Golden Valley Circle, Suite number 3, and that's out in the new City Brew building on the west end along Grand Avenue.